Have you given much thought about paranormal and pop culture? And speaking correctly, well, that's what the topic of the show tonight is. So, hello, paranormal fanatics. I hope you're doing wonderful tonight. I'm doing okay myself. It's Saturday night at work today. Did a little live earlier. Not sure why my internet's so wonky again. Maybe we'll have to reset the routers and such as the night goes on. Well, probably not tonight, probably tomorrow. But, I just thought, why not do another stream? I only did the stream to YouTube earlier. And so now I'm doing YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, which I don't normally do Twitter, but I've been trying to include that account a little more often. If you could hear me, give me a thumbs up. But yeah, tonight's topic is pop culture and the paranormal. Through many generations, it's been part of everyday culture. From back in the 40s, 50s, I'm not quite sure how far back, but they would have people come over to their homes and such and hold seances and kind of relax and kind of hang out and do tarot readings, seances, and things like that, up until the point where it, believe it or not, actually it was a Disney cartoon ghost hunting. Mickey, Minnie, and Mickey and Minnie, not Minnie. Mickey, Goofy, and Donald was all part of a ghost hunting group when the three ghosts called them up looking for a kind of trap them and bring them to their house because they were bored. Which is, I believe, that was like 1940s. They were a very, very, I believe, quite possibly the first ghost hunting show there was them. Hope you guys don't mind. I am sipping on my homemade mead tonight. This is a mixed berry, triple berry flavor that I did myself. I have drank a little bit of this from another jar, but shared enough of it, so probably only had a couple, maybe a shot or two. So I'm hoping it tastes good. Then with age, it gets a little better. So, but I'm thinking though, it went from seances to the cartoon to the next known by me would be the movies. Ghostbusters movies would be the next influential show movie that would bring ghost hunting into more of a mainstream, but they were kind of more for a comedic purpose, and they served a purpose. They did. It was, they weren't serious, but they definitely were. They were definitely a blessing to the hobby, because there is no professionals that I'm aware of. You can go to, I think there's several colleges now that offer courses, but I don't think you get like a degree in paranormal. So at least not yet. So I'm going to open this up real quick, or try to anyways. It's sealed. So maybe I won't be drinking this tonight. Oh, broke the seal. Don't smell too bad. So yeah, this is mead. Not bad at all. Well, at least if you ask me. But that could be because I'm a little biased. So from Ghostbusters, though, went from them to the next notable group team would probably be a toss-up between TAPS and Ghost Hunters. If not them, I want to say PIR, PIR. Correct me in the comments when you watch this on if you how to properly say that. But yeah, I believe it's they're a team out of Pennsylvania College there. I believe is where they started. Pennsylvania PIR. I'm not sure. Paranormal investigating researchers, maybe out of another group in Pennsylvania, in which we are located, and they went about it in a more scientific approach as opposed to TAPS. They approached it more with the debunking view of things, do what they can to discredit the evidence behind things to make it seem paranormal related, to where TAPS they would go in and say, okay, well, these bangings and such as loose copper piping from the plumbing, that's how they would handle their investigations, where PR would go in with the scientific approach. So, but those two groups are the most notable television crews that kind of got things going. I think TAPS did more for bringing it into the mainstream than PIR did, but they both had their place, and I think they both grabbed a lot of new hobbyists, as well as eventually Ghost Adventures, which brought in, I think, a more younger crowd. Zach there, where everything was a demon and everything was telling them to disrobe. Thankfully, I never been told to do that in my investigations. I don't. It would take quite a bit to get to that point. But yeah, so that's the kind of things that got people more into the whole ghost hunting, paranormal investigating hobby, as well as I don't think things like books and magazines got people into the interest of doing it. Not anywhere near the movies and TVs. I don't think I've ever read a book and said, "Oh my gosh, I need to go find a cemetery right away," because it just didn't work that way for me, anyways. Maybe it did for you. Now you can find all kinds of books and self-helps to teach you how to do paranormal investigations. I think even the famous Ghost Hunting for Dummies series, for dummies situation. Maybe I'll have to go to the local library and check that out, because I'm curious if I'm past that Ghost Hunting for Dummies part, if I could be considered a little more advanced than that point. I wish I knew the alcohol content of this. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And if you're made it this far into the video, do me a favor and click the like button and And if you find a little more blessings to subscribe and follow or whatever media you happen to be on, that would be awesome. Now, I do plan on doing more of these shows and start reaching out to people to be guests. I've done a couple now just to kind of try to get back into the flow of things. So, you know, uh, that way there's less pauses and ums and things like that on my shows. But yeah, so maybe I'll check out that book and see if see if I'm a little more advanced than that. I would say that sorry, I was a little distracted. I would say that yeah, what I would say. I would I drew a blank. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I would suggest going to the library and seeing what kind of paranormal related books there might be in there that might help you decide if you want to do paranormal investigations or different techniques and things like that. Because there's all kinds of books out there for that. That's for sure. Books, magazines. There is a paranormal magazine. Now, I wonder. 20 years ago, if they would ever seen that ghost hunting and paranormal investigations would become such a phenomenon, such a pop culture as they say, as it is now. I know that when I was 20 years ago, I would have been 28. That's about the time that ghost hunters and such came out. So I was not at that point thinking of doing these kind of things. It was just kind of a TV show, and there was that group over in England. And that's another thing in different countries. I'm not sure about the literature and such, but like I don't remember the names of the shows, but there was I remember this English woman and going into castles and such and investigating, and she was always so hyped up, and she always made me feel like a place where I wanted to be, as well as Taps and eventually Ghost Adventures. But I don't think that they would have been so once again drawing a blank on words. I don't think that they would been so big if they would have had their shows 30 years ago. I don't think that we as a country and world was ready for such things, in all honesty, in my opinion. I think they came along when they did. I think without Ghostbusters, I don't think that they would have been as well received as they were when they came onto the scene. That's for sure. But I do believe that these things happen when they're supposed to. That's for sure. I'm drawing a lot of these ums and blanks because, yes, I had a topic a little better than the last couple times, but I was not, and I'm kicking myself in the rear for this, for not researching a little more. So I was expecting a little more interaction. So I was going to lean heavily on that, and that was my mistake for not preparing for a little bit of a longer situation here, where I was just chatting. But like I said, I plan on bringing more uh, guests into these shows again. I needed to dust the mic off and kind of get back into the practice of this. It was a good show with Matt earlier, a good little live while I was on my lunch break. We did pretty good, I think. And he brought up quite a bit of what he's doing. And that's because I was asking him. But he's got a lot going on. But and his favorite group is the Ghost Adventures. But yeah, if it wasn't for Taps and that part of the pop culture of the paranormal world, Warren Area Society Paranormal would probably have never been founded. Um, Maybe because the name, I believe, came from Jason. Maybe Jason and Leaffoot working off each other. But I'm not sure if Angel and Jason would have ended up doing their own group or not. I know she being Angel was looking into possibly starting things on her own. She was doing things on her own for a while before she met us, me and Leaffoot. So I don't know, though, if it would have been like it is now, if we would never watch Taps, me and Leaffoot, and decided to go forth and meet with Angel and the group starting. Because I'm sure you guys have heard it before. Where me and Lee started off was a joke in the thought that we were kind of picking on the uh, Atlantic Paranormal Society, about them saying they were plumbers by day, ghost hunters by night, and our job that me and Lee, we worked with each other. That's how I met Lee. Was a local food plant where we would pop peppers during the day. So the joke would be pepper poppers during the day, ghost hunters by night. Then it just kind of progressed to where we came up with the name of Warren Area Haunting Association, or WAHA for short. And instead of saying hi when we see each other, we just say WAHA. And from there, we would people would start hearing it, and we finally explained to them what that was, and they're like, "Well, why don't you start a group?" And it went from to yeah, maybe we will. To we met up with Angel and JWoww at our local Burger King, who we keep harassing. Burger King, we want to be your official ghost hunters. We want to be recognized as your official ghost hunting team. If you got troubles in your Burger King restaurants, get a hold of your boy here. We'll hook you up. You know, we'll take care of the problem. We'll only charge for a couple chicken nuggets, Um, but so we met at our local Burger King and said, well, we'll give it a 3-month trial, and that 3-month trial turned into here we are today. So without the TV show Ghost Hunters and Taps, Warren Area Society of Paranormal, as we know it, would not be around right now at all. Now, see, that's kind of interesting in itself to think about. Would we be seeing another group led by Angel, started by Angel, with different members? Would we be sitting there saying, watching, hey, that's pretty cool. There's a group in Warren. And to tell the truth, we were kind of doing that. There was another group that was in Warren before us, and that's how me and Angel met, was through their Facebook page. We both sent messages on the page, and so we got connected by chatting with each other. I'm not going into details about that particular situation with the other group, but those that's been here for a long time, watching our stuff and reading our posts, will know what happened. Anyways, so in some ways, another group we were watching. So yeah, we probably would have been sitting back saying that was pretty cool and such. So, but I'm not quite sure what else to say about pop culture and the paranormal. It is very interesting how, for the most part, with everything that's going on with the paranormal and media, that with the news reporters that latch onto groups and such during the holiday of Halloween and maybe some anniversaries of local haunts, Lizzie Borden and things like that. I'm not sure if without the TV and magazines and such, I don't know how that would be spin in the local news and national news. You don't see much on the national level, but you do on the local level. Um, I don't know if you would see as much if it wasn't for these TV shows and such. Uh, well, guys, it looks like my internet's starting to act up again. I don't know if I'm gone or froze up or what the deal is. So, well, it looks like I'm back. So, with that being said, I believe I will call this a night. It looks like you guys are busy with your lives and such. So, I don't know if you like this background going, whereas the video in the back. Let me know in comments if you see it. If you're team replay, drop a hashtag team replay. And as always, stay spooky, my friends.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping down and appreciate the visit. Now get the hell off of my porch. We'll see you the next time. Come on back.